Hello world, good morning South Africa, good morning world. My name is Beystor Makoala, Beystor Makoala Training Academy, Beystor Makoala Enterprises. What inspired this video is frequently asked questions when I'm at a shooting range or when people get my website details and they log on. They always want to find out what the process is for one to obtaining a license eventually, but it starts with proficiency. Proficiency is something that training academy like myself, with partnership with other instructors, would provide. The certificate, you come through, you take theory tests, but prior to actually for you coming to take the exam in a closed room or closed book exam, you go away with a couple of manuals depending on the disciplines that you've taken. You then study when you get home. Law is compulsory or mandatory, and then you get into the different categories of firearms. Now you pay a fee, obviously, and then once you're ready, you come and take the test at the station, rather at the training center, training academy. When you pass, you go downstairs in the basement if it's an indoor shooting range, or if it's an outdoor range like what Shelter's crewman uses, as well as other people outdoor ranges. We use SWAT here in Centurion also quite a bit. You then required to shoot, I think, for basic purposes, because then there's also basic purposes. There's basic purposes, business purposes, as well as advanced, which is basic, intermediate, and advanced. So for you to becoming a trainer or get more into like security businesses, etc., you'd have to do business. Separate discussion for now. I just want to start with the basic one. So you then go at the range, and then obviously safety is priority, because as we actually sitting in a class and there's a discussion, the instructor will validate, make sure that you understand the safety rules, so that you don't flag yourself, you don't flag everyone. You'll always keep your finger off the trigger and firearm pointed in a safe direction, and knowing your target and what's beyond it. All this is in the book. All this is getting discussed during the training. Let's say you pass with flying colors. You require about 80%, if I'm not mistaken. You will do basic drills such as clearing malfunctions, not maybe kneeling as well. I was required to do that when I did my business purposes, but for the most part, if my memory serves me well, because I did my basic long time ago, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Just get a pass. Once you have passed, you get a statement of results as well as a certificate from the training institution. Then you take everything, as well as references from your uncle, your friend, your colleague, so that you can support motivation for you to be assessed to be competent. This is where competency comes in. You're required to do this at a police station through your designated firearms officer or DFO. They look at your case. It should take about 2 months if you're lucky. Otherwise, yeah, it may take long. Some people have been lucky enough to get it in like a month or less, like myself when I did my basic. And then there's also something called further competency, which I had to come for at a later stage. My advice is that you try and do law, handgun, shotgun, self-loading rifle, as well as manually operated rifle, all in one. Because fair enough, you want to get into sport, but you want a section 16, 15 or 13 firearm that you use for sport, which is a handgun, but you realize that there's 3 gun, there's hunting. Oh, now you want this. Now you should be going back to request for further training, which is time consuming, and really you don't want that. Pay the fee up front and get it over and done with. It should be around 4,000 South African Rand, 4,500. Also, depending on the training institution, they would supply a firearm for you to use if you don't already have one. And you just pay for ammunition, which you sign for, or they sign for you on your behalf in store. It stays there. You're not allowed to have ammunition with you if you don't carry a valid license. Now back to the police station, you submit your paperwork, they take your fingerprints, you complete the form. I don't remember what it is because 271 SAP 271 is for the license itself. Then if you are successful and your application has been considered and all good, then you get a competency certificate which you can then use to apply for a farm license. Okay, easy as that. In terms of fees, other than the ones on my website, SAPS, I think they charge about not more than $200 for proficiency. Sorry, for the competency, and not more than $200 for a license per firearm. And then in terms of section 13, your firearm license will expire in 5 years, 15, maybe 10, 10 years, 10 years rather for section 15, 16, etc. But you need proper motivation, about a good motivation as to why you want to use it for sports, etc. So I've covered pretty much everything relating to this particular topic. But if you have any specific questions, I can do a follow-up video. If you drop them, please, in your comments below, because I know some people contact me directly on WhatsApp, and I appreciate that. Great fans, and they give me solid feedback, which is something that I appreciate. I want to improve. I went out to purchase a microphone. Hopefully they'll pick up the sound better, because someone commented on one of the videos that the sound wasn't great. So hopefully, this is a cheapie, but it hopefully does work. And while we're here, I was just cleaning up my garage here. You've seen the Spider before, and the shirt is for Safari Outdoor, the one of the clubs I'm shooting for. And I don't know if you can see this, but I appreciate my friends at Bogart Men for sponsoring. I've got socks, they're dirty, but shoes, caps, and everything. And the glasses, these are the Rudy Project, and I think this is Rudy Project Raydon or Raydon. Okay, so this thing you can throw, drop, and it comes with different lenses. But I'm not here to review this. I was just here to tell you about the process. And with that, let me think if I haven't missed anything, but I don't believe I have. But if you have questions, let's interact through the comments window down here. Please remember to subscribe, like, share with your friends and families so that we can help empower each other. I appreciate it. Once more, www.beystor.co.za. So that's Beystor, as it's spelled on my channel name. And thank you very much. Stay safe and enjoy sport shooting.